Hey everybody, Andy here at K-Montilli, and we're back for round 5 of a Vintage League, and let's see if we can get the 5-0 today with Bant. And we're playing against Nooks Tom. I ran into this opponent earlier today when I was playing around with Bug, and I believe they were playing Yuta Takahashi's um, rug deck with Deathrite Shamans and Ragavans and Planeswalker dot deck. So I don't know how this matchup will go, but let's give it a go. We won the die roll, and that looks like a pretty good hand. Obviously, Force of Vigor is not at its best in this particular matchup, but I think it's reasonable. And we are somewhat reliant on getting our Ancestral Recall to resolve, but we are going to give our best attempt at doing so. And we're going to do it on their upkeep, and hopefully they don't have a force. There is some merit to waiting a turn, but I'm going to get it out there as best I can, and hopefully they just don't have an answer. Okay, well that's nice. Let's see if they've got the turn 1 death right here. Ragavan, okay. Well, we have a pretty good answer to Ragavan if we can get it to resolve. Now, one of the issues we're going to run into here is if my opponent has a force, it's pretty tough on me. I think we just slam an Archon here. To be perfectly honest with you, I just think we slam an Archon. Now, it really does suck if they have an answer here, but I think it's just the world we're living in. And it resolves. That's really good for us. Most of their mana, if not all of it, should come into play tapped, which should help buy us some time here. And I don't believe they run any basics, so that could be very strong for us. I'm going to get white here. White. Blue. I'm going to attack in with my Hierarch here. Oh shoot, I sequenced wrong there. Really awful to be perfectly honest with you, but we're going to start getting some damage in here. I will trade Lavinia for Ragavan. Yeah. That's actually significant, that error there, but not much we can do about that. Let's get another one in. See what they can do here. I mean, we're just F6'd here. There's nothing we can do. We've already cast our spell for the turn. Our opponent's got a Mitful. They're going to be able to start doing some stuff here. Maybe dash Ragavan. Yep. Can't stop it. I mean, I'm going to let them get the hit in here. I could kill their treasure. They cannot cast Sylvan. Now, the question for me is, like, I don't think I need to kill their treasure, to be honest with you. A green source here. A little bit sad they got my Force of Will was a nice draw, wasn't it? Now, Lightning Bolt would be a bummer here. We would go from winning this game to losing it very quickly if that was the case, but they go to dash Ragavan here again. I can force a will this time. Opponent's thinking about what they want to do here. Okay, so they have indeed cast the Ragavan, and we are going to counter it, and they cannot respond. Untap, and we have force a negation for any removal they may have. No, they can't cast another spell. Can't quite get them. They're down to 1. Their fetch is shut off. And play the Mox. Even if they kill this now, I'm feeling reasonably secure here. They can't kill all my nobles. Well, I guess they can get a blocker up. That's pretty good. Let's see what they can do here. Brainstorm. Yeah, it resolves. All right. So what do we know we want? We definitely want swords. We definitely want prismatic ending. I think Force of Vigor is very poor in general in this matchup. I could see a world where Endurance is okay. I think Pithing Needle's probably very decent against what they're trying to do. Like, they're very Planeswalker heavy. I like Hull Breacher. Force of Negation's okay. Days in general is probably not that good on the play. Oko is definitely a bit of a threat. Let's try this out and see how it goes, guys. Yeah, I like it. Hopefully they don't turn one answer, so hopefully there's a death right. Ragavan? Yeah, Ragavan I can deal with here. So how do we want to do this? Okay. Pyroblast is a thing. And they have 3 of them post board. But we are in a position where if they cantrip here, something like that, that we can actually try and counter a cantrip. Bob. Yeah. Bob is definitely problematic. We're going to force that. And hopefully they don't have anything. It doesn't appear they do. Well, we're going to get our Hull Breacher on, and hopefully we can draw some stuff. I'm not liking my position here. Wasteland would be decent. Okay, Negation's pretty good as well. Oko? Yep. No. Dak. I don't even know why I'm countering Dak. Dak doesn't even do anything. Let's see if they draw some cards off Dak. They shouldn't have dazed that. Unless they have an answer. Oh, that works, yeah. Do I kill Dak while I have a chance? Yeah, I think you do. I mean, this Hull Breacher hurts them. I mean, their deck is very cantrip heavy, so they have to have the removal. Well, that does work. Yeah, I'm not liking my chances in this particular game here. Yeah, jeez. Let's rip a swords, I guess, eh? Oko's good. Gonna get a second green source here. Oh, what's this? Oh, they're just pinging my yard here to prevent me from digging, which seems pretty good to me. So here's the gamble. Like, do I just get this thing here? Prevent them from drawing cards. They attack into this pretty easily. Or do I give them a turn of card draw? I'm going to make it a 3-3. I really don't want them having card draw. My position is just so precarious, and even if I somehow lose Oko, it's going to take them some resources to have to kill it. They're just eating my yard, I think, here. Yeah. I think Pyroblast is the card that scares me the most here, but Dismember is also very good as well. Like, if they're truly running Utah's list. Now, Bolt does get my Oko as well here. Okay, let's see what we can draw. Wasteland is not my best draw. I don't think it's worth wastelanding right now. Yep. I guess I could take one of their spells away here. So let's think about this. They have one more in their yard. They are getting me pretty good here. I think I can take some hits here. I mean, there's only one more spell in the yard, and I can wasteland, but if I brick next turn, and I draw land, I have a hard cast Force of Will up, which is fairly significant. So they can attack in, getting my Oko down to 1 here. Oh, so they are after my Oko outright. And yeah, I mean, this is reasonable. Oof. We get in while we can, I guess. Do this in the middle of combat here because I'm planning on casting Collector Roof next turn. And I want to make sure they can't hard cast Force of Will. Well, we're hanging around here. They found something. Jace. Well, that's pretty good. Yeah. Didn't attack. How interesting. I'm going to bring it in now to prevent Pyroblast. Well, I mean, I guess they can Pyroblast anyways, but if they just keep bouncing me here, then... Oh, they found the bolts. Okay. Yeah, this one's pretty much over. I don't think there's a way I'm going to be able to beat an active Jace. We can scoop that one up, guys. Wow, I did not expect Jace. All right, well, I think I'm going to bring Daze back in. Let's try this out, guys. What happened last game is we had a very strong hand to start, but because we had a Mox and a Lotus, our hand quality was significantly lower after we cast a Hull Breacher, which is quite vulnerable to their deck. So I feel like we were just behind on cards pretty much that whole game for that big turn 1 play, and I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we want to be doing that, but maybe it's just Archon that we want. Okay, this is solid. I mean, I wish we could cast the Lavinia turn 1, but I still think this is worth keeping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with the Mox and I'm going to play with the Wasteland here. And I'm not going to, well, yeah, I think that's just the line I'm going to do. Because I don't want my Tundra to get Wastelanded here. They kept their 7. Like a turn 2 Orcon is pretty good if it resolves. And the question is, are they going to cast a Ragavan here? And Ragavan's solid because if my Archon gets countered, I could be in some trouble. It's unfortunate that this is the green Mox and not the white one. That would have really changed the pace of play here. Well, we're slamming Archon. It just is what we're doing. Fetching here, yeah. So do they have a bolt? Brainstorm. Okay, they're looking for a force. Or a bolt next turn, potentially. Like, if this resolves, that's pretty big game for me. We pretty much require it to resolve and then them not to have removal from my Archon. And if that's the case, we should be able to take over this game. Now, that's asking a lot for sure. My opponent's looking at 9 cards right now. Okay. So if they don't have the bolt here, I think or dismember, I think we're in fairly reasonable shape. I mean, we can protect it. Now it comes at quite an expense, but I think it's just worth it. Nice. Now, the question is, do they go for it now? Okay. Because in our turn, Force Negation does not look nearly as good. Look, I really would like to sit back and not do anything and just protect this, but that's just not the world we're living in. I do like the green source, but I'm going to get another white source here. And we'll see if Lavinia can hang around. Pyroblast. That was a mistake on my part, unfortunately. That was really, really sloppy on my part. Yeah, geez, because I could have resolved that. Yeah, that was a really big mistake on my part. It's okay. We'll shake it off. We are going to need some help here. Yeah, Lotus is good. Well, let's see what they can find, guys. They got 4 cards in hand. We can cast a Force of Negation here. We have a sword, so they got a lot of mana. Flusterstorm is definitely not at its best right at the moment, but Archon, I do like that. Let's get in for an attack. See if we can get a second one in here. Okay, they do have an answer. Ancestral Recall is good. I cannot stop it. But they can't stop what I'm doing either. So I would think it would be challenging for them to remove 2 Archons, but we'll see. Demonic Tutor. What does that mean? Against my better judgment, I'm going to let it resolve. They can only cast one spell per turn with the Archons. And I suspect they have to find removal here. I have an answer to removal. Well, at least one. I mean, this is tenuous for sure, letting a demonic resolve, but I really want to save my spells for removal. As I currently stand, I can cast a Force of Negation on my turn and would be able to hold up Fluster. Now, the question will be is if they go for something like Dismember, will they crack their Lotus to do it? And if they do, that could potentially turn on my Flusterstorm. That coupled, like if I find a Wasteland or a Strip Mine or something of that nature. So that's their spell for the turn. Now, if they have something like Balance, yeah, it's brutal if they can resolve it, but that's going to be hard for them to do. Yeah. Seems reasonable. Let's get in for another 4, guys. 2 more turns. Oh, they got something. Bolt! Well, we're going to have to negation that, right? They did use their... So that keeps that around, and they burned their Lotus. Now we've got the Flusterstorm, which is not likely to be very good here. So we're pretty vulnerable. Deathrite, okay. Oko, jeez, that's a good one. Huh. Maybe I should have turned my Mox. The thing by doing that is I don't have Flusterstorm up, but I honestly feel like Flusterstorm is not going to do me any good here. Let's think about this. Like Pyroblast, there's nothing I can do. I think I'm gonna... Like, there's 2 fetches here. And they want to remove my Archon. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast this, and I'm just going to make my... Yeah, they conceded. My Mox, a 3/3. So there you have it, folks. A really nice 5-0 with the deck. It felt really good today. We did have some close matches, but as I've been talking about, this deck just really has all the elite hate pieces right now, in Archon being the greatest of them. Collector Roof, Lavinia really has pulled some weight here, and I really think this deck is well positioned right now. It feels really good, and I like the tools that we have access to. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the videos, and please hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.